Blizzard CEO under fire again, your news update, and Royce and I talk about each other on this edition of State of the Band's Weekend, starting right now. Hello and welcome to Arbitrage, State of the Band's Weekend for November 27th, 2021. I'm Joshua Stark. Sales of previously occupied U.S. homes ticked higher in October, marking their strongest annual pace since January, even as competition for relatively few properties on the market pushed prices even higher. Existing home sales rose 0.8% last month from September to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 6.4 million units, the National Association of Realtors said Monday. That was stronger than the 6.18 million units that economists had been expecting, according to FactSet. Sales fell 5.8% from October of last year, where they peaked following a summer and fall surge of buyers who had held off during the early days of the pandemic jumped back on the market. General Motors is testing the waters in electric boating by buying a 25% stake in a Seattle company that makes battery-powered outboard motors. The Detroit automaker said Monday that it bought stake in Pure Watercraft for a venture that says it will develop and commercialize battery electric watercraft. Pure Watercraft, founded in 2011, is worth $600 million after the GM deal. Spokesman Gabe Johnson said. GM said its commitment is worth $150 million, including cash and in-kind contributions. The companies would not disclose how much money GM is putting into the deal. Privately held Pure Watercraft makes an electric outboard propulsion system powered by a lithium-ion battery. It's designed as a drop-in replacement for any boat with a gas outboard motor from 25 to 50 horsepower. Turkeys may not be able to fly very far, but their prices can soar, along with the prices of other holiday staples like cranberry sauce and pie filling. The Thanksgiving table hasn't been spared the price inflation that is rampant elsewhere in the economy because of strong consumer demand and labor shortages. The American Farm Bureau estimates a Thanksgiving feast for 10, complete with sweet potatoes, rolls, a vegetable tray, and a pie with whipped cream, will cost $53.31 this year, up 14% from a year ago. It's an unusual spike. Before this year, the annual cost estimate had been falling since 2015. The inflation is real. Everybody is saying that. Everybody is feeling it, said Butterball President and CEO Jay Jandrain. Whether it's labor, transportation, packing materials, energy to fuel the planes, everything costs more. And finally, a Florida family is in trouble with their homeowners association for putting up their Christmas lights too early. Yeah, that's right. The Maffa family hired a company to decorate the yard of their Tampa home on November 6th, WFLA reported. Yet days later, they received a letter notifying them that they now face a fine for violating their HOA agreement. If they don't remove the lights, they could face fines of $100 a day, up to $1,000, the letter said. Maffa said he had no plans to remove the lights. That was their only availability, and I can't climb on the roof myself, he told the TV station, adding that he didn't know it was against the rules to put up Christmas lights before Thanksgiving. The holidays and the pandemic, I think the kids are wanting something that's more bright to look at. An attorney for the West Chase Community Association said a neighbor complained about the display. More after this on Arbitrage, State of the Band's Weekend.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad
This
Council.
week's State of the Bands blog includes it's beginning to look a lot like shopping season, or not. We talk about Royce to his face.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Blizzard woes continue. All this and more in this week's State of the Bands blog, available now at arbitragetrade.com. Now, let's go to the Chief Executive Officer of Arbitrage, Mr. Royce Wells, for more. Royce, it's
Hi.
beginning to look a lot like Black Friday.
Not really. Not this year, at least.
You know, last year was COVID season.
Yes.
And retailers tried to mitigate crowding by putting a lot of the deals that they would normally put on Black Friday online. And that seemed to work out pretty well, and I think they learned something.
Yeah, you can still make sales without having so many people crowded, and basically you don't need nearly as much staff because of the automation and all that good stuff. But I think they may be taking another step this year by even closing their stores on Thanksgiving. So typically, I don't know about your family, but some of my family actually go shopping right after Thanksgiving dinner, basically let the food settle, and then like, hey, let's go see what we can find out there, figure out what we want to buy, and maybe even go camp out the stores. But
I know, what is up with that? You know, I used to work in retail.
Yeah.
Used to, thank you. And
you're welcome.
I had to go to work right after Thanksgiving supper.
Yeah.
I mean, what the heck?
People are, and the holiday season, people love to buy and they love to give and they love, basically everyone has a big heart. But, you know, speaking of big hearts, they're doing it to basically cut down on crime and make sure people have safer holidays. Apparently people were crowding and stealing, and there was a lot of shrink happening because of the large capacity and large volume of purchasers. I know Target, for one, said that the reason that they're closing for Black Friday was to mitigate and prevent any more cases of violence at their stores.
Yeah, you know, they're closing for Thanksgiving too because of the, you know, they closed because of the pandemic. But for this year, they've made the choice to go ahead and make a pledge to close on Thanksgiving. They're not the only ones, though. You know, Walmart has closed down on Thanksgiving. As a matter of fact, it's interesting because a lot of companies are going to be following them. I guarantee you we will see Costco, we'll see Bed Bath & Beyond. We will also see Best Buy, Best Buy has been one of the big contributors to that. But we'll also see Sheeple following GameStop do that too.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. One
guarantee.
cool fact is basically Chick-fil-A. They have been open and haven't had 2 days closed in quite some time.
Never actually. They've never
never
been closed consecutively 2 days in a row.
Wow. So that means the holiday must fall on a Saturday then. That means Christmas this year must fall on a Saturday for them to be closed for the entire weekend. That's the only way that's possible, right?
Yeah. They're closing Thanksgiving, but they're also closing Christmas Day. Christmas Day's on a Saturday. Of course, they're closed on Sundays because of their philosophy, their operating philosophy. But yeah, it's the first 2 consecutive days nationwide Chick-fil-A will be closed. Man,
That's pretty awesome. Same for New Year's.
Gonna have to get my fix, man.
Man, I understand.
You know,
Gotta love that chicken.
that chicken.
Wait. Eat more chicken? Yeah, that's it.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Embattled Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick is in the news again as Blizzard employees staged an impromptu walkout Tuesday afternoon after a bombshell investigation alleged that the CEO knew for years about sexual misconduct allegations at the gaming giant, and at least one case even allegedly protected a male employee accused of sexual harassment. We have instituted our own zero-tolerance policy, the ABK Workers Alliance, an Activision employee coalition, tweeted Tuesday. We will not be silenced until Bobby Kotick has been replaced as CEO and continue to hold our original demand for third-party review by an employee-chosen source. We are staging a walkout today. We welcome you to join us. More than 150 people participated in the protest at the Blizzard Studio campus in Irvine, California, according to game site Polygon. The walkout was sparked by an explosive Wall Street Journal investigation published on Tuesday that alleged Kotick knew for years about at least some of the accusations that were in a shocking June lawsuit. The suit accused the company of fostering a culture that allowed for sexual harassment that even drove one female employee to suicide. Kotick also failed to inform the board of directors about alleged rapes that took place at work events and were settled by the company, the Journal reported, citing people with knowledge of the board. Honestly, the weight of Bobby's words felt threatening in a lot of ways, Blizzard employee Valentine Powell told Polygon at the walkout, referring to the company's response to the Journal's story. Kotick has called the report misleading, but not disputed any factual allegations. He understands that he is in charge of the livelihoods of so many people who are trying to make our companies better, who are trying to foster the cultures that we want to see, and he's up there saying, if you don't believe in me, then something's wrong with you. His actions haven't shown what he's been proposing. Another protesting worker, Jessica Gonzalez, is fed up with the alleged mistreatment at the company. Workers are just really tired, she told Polygon. We're just tired of being misrepresented, mishandled, mistreated. Something's got to change. You can shift people around as you want, but if accountability isn't coming from the top, it's not going to change. Despite the calls for Kotick to be removed, Activision's board of directors is sticking by the chief executive, at least for now. Under Bobby Kotick's leadership, the company is already implementing industry-leading changes, including a zero-tolerance harassment policy, a dedication to achieving significant increases to the percentages of women and non-binary people in our workplace, and significant internal and external investments to accelerate opportunities for diverse talent, the board said in a statement Tuesday. The board remains confident that Bobby Kotick appropriately addressed workplace issues brought to his attention, it continued. The goals we have set for ourselves are both critical and ambitious. The board remains confident in Bobby Kotick's leadership, commitment, and ability to achieve these goals. A spokesman for the company added that they're disappointed in the Wall Street Journal's report, which represents a misleading view of Activision Blizzard and our CEO. Instances of sexual misconduct that were brought to his attention were acted upon. More after this on Arbitrage State of the Band's Weekend. Keep in mind, you can get us anytime, 24 hours a day at arbitragetrade.com.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend.
Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's now my turn to grill you on, what makes you you.
Both of those things were correct, people. Don't let him lie to you.
Come on now. Who are you, Josh? I mean, who are you really?
Okay, so my name's Joshua Stark. I am the voice of Arbitrage. Have been for about 3 years now, but I've known Mr. Royce Wells for about 16, and he is one of my best friends.
Absolutely.
And we have fun here, and I really enjoy it. So there you go.
Probably way too much. But
way too much.
Yeah, let's keep on going, shall we? Okay, so what's your job here at Arbitrage then?
Job here, the title is not so much. The title is Vice President of Media and Publications. It basically involves anything public that Arbitrage touches. Can we say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything from audio to social media to video, I have a hand in, and we have a great team here that I interface with and try to put out a great product so that you understand what Arbitrage is and how it can help you.
All right. Knowing that, how did you wind up over here versus where you used to do? What did you used to do?
I've done anything from act on a stage to be an ambulance driver to being, a ton of things, including a radio DJ and also a television producer. So I have a lot of experience in media. I have a lot of experience in broadcast media. And so you find me behind the mic a lot. So,
and you're pretty dang good at it too.
Thank you.
Not a problem. So what led you to actually joining us? I mean, I approached you. You could have said no.
That's true. You pulled me over. I don't know if you remember this or not, actually. It was like late 2011 or so. And I was hosting a karaoke show at Fox and Hound, Cordova.
Oh, yeah. The good old days.
And you said, hey, man, have lunch with me. Bring your computer, and I want to show you something. And you showed me this amazing, amazing system that we have. Now, I will say this. I did not start messing around with Arbitrage for a while. And that's probably going to be the first reaction. But you showed me that you can make money with this thing, and I love that. Now, fast forward to, 2019, and you give me a call, and you say, hey, meet us at Clark Tower, and we're 5 guys sitting around a table, and all of a sudden, there's a business here.
Right.
And have been on the board since 2019, and took a full-time position here in July of this year, which is 2021 right now. So
10 years in the making.
There we go.
Yes. So in that, in the 10 years, what are some challenging lessons that you have learned in life?
Oh, Royce Wells, the thing is that people can be amazingly stupid with their money sometimes, and I know that I'm talking to the correct audience when I say that.
Yeah, even me, definitely.
Because you can see the need that's immediate, but you can't see the need in the future sometimes, and that's where mistakes can be made, and that's where I made a lot of mistakes. I took care of the immediate need without understanding the big picture, and I didn't invest in the system. I pulled out of the system a couple of times, you know that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the big lessons that I've kind of learned, especially from being around here, is that you have to plan for the future while you're taking care of the present.
Absolutely. So sounds like you had a lot of fun, at least while you were doing that. So what's some of the things that you do to relax then?
Relaxing for me includes a lot of TV watching. Yeah. A lot of gaming. Fallout's one of my favorite titles, and titles like that. So,
wow, Fallout. I've actually never played Fallout. League of Legends is my game.
I know you do play a lot of League, and if you get a chance to watch him play, he is trying to be ranked, right?
Absolutely.
There we go.
I'm really, really close. And speaking of close, let's wrap this up so we can get back to more Arbitrage Weekend.
Attention investors, make sure that your tray tables and seats are in the upright and locked position. It's Winners and Losers Aerospace Edition. This winter, up 10%, provides products and services to commercial aviation, government, and defense markets worldwide. The aviation services segment offers aftermarket support and services, inventory management and distribution services, and maintenance and repair and overhaul, as well as engineering services. AAR Corporation, symbol AIR, starts at $36.91 a share. Next, this winter, up 5%, operates in the aircraft, defense, industrial, and finance businesses worldwide. The company's Textron Aviation segment manufactures, sells, and services business jets, turboprop, and piston-engine aircraft, and military trainer and defense aircraft, and commercial parts, as well as offers maintenance, inspection, and repair services. Textron, symbol TXT, starts at $76.09 a share. Last this winter, up 4%, designs, manufactures, and sells aerospace, defense, and electronic-related products and services in the United States and internationally. The company's Flight Support Group segments provides jet engine and aircraft component replacement parts, thermal insulation blankets and parts, renewable, reusable insulation systems, and specialty components. Its Electronic Technologies Group segment provides electro-optical infrared simulation and test equipment, electro-optical laser products, electro-optical microwave, and other power equipment. HEICO, symbol HEI, starts at $144.99 a share. Losers this week, down 24%. This loser designs, develops, manufactures, and sells aircraft and system in Brazil, North America, Latin America, the Asia Pacific, Brazil, Europe, and internationally. It operates through defense and security, executive jets, service and support, and other segments. Embraer SA, symbol ERJ, starts at $14.74 a share. This loser, at 12% down, produces and sells forgings and machine components primarily for the aerospace and energy markets in North America and Europe. The company's processes and service include forging, heat treating, and machining. It offers original equipment manufacture and aftermarket components for aircraft and industrial gas turbine engines, steam turbine blades, structural airframe components, aircraft landing gear components, aircraft wheels and brakes, rotating components for helicopters, and commercial and industrial products. The company also provides heat treatment, surface treatment, non-destructive testing, and select machining and sub-assembly of forged components. CIFCO, symbol SIF, starts at $7.64 a share. And last, at 4% down, this company designs, develops, manufactures, sells, services, and supports commercial jetliners, military aircraft, satellites, missile defense, human spaceflight and launch systems, and services worldwide. Boeing, symbol BA, starts at $209.13 a share. Winners and Losers is provided for informational purposes only and does not constitute advice in trading. Percentages and stock prices were current at the time of recording. Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC is solely responsible for the content of this podcast, but you should seek out the assistance of a licensed professional for investment advice.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear. Because for years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
All right, this is a very special segment in which kind of sit down with the characters of Arbitrage, and we try to figure out who they are, what they do, and we kind of call it profiles in Arbitrage. This time, Mr. Royce Wells. Welcome, Royce.
Hi, Josh.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
So who are you?
I am the guy that was fixated on numbers that got us here.
You know, it's strange, and I'll share this with you. The tying thread in every profile that we've done has been, I just knew this crazy guy that knew numbers, and he showed me these things, and it was really cool, basically, right?
Yeah, basically. I have too much fun with numbers.
So if you could nail down what your job is at Arbitrage, what would you tell people?
I am the idea guy. I come up with crazy ideas and then try to make physics and statistics and math make it actually somehow correlate.
Sweet.
And then somehow it does, and then you guys make it a reality.
And then we make money.
And then we make lots of money. So yeah.
Yay.
Must be doing something right.
There you go. So what's your background, generally speaking?
I went to Christian Brothers University, majored in electrical engineering, computer science. I was a Unix administrator for, better part of 2 decades. Played with disaster recovery, basically making things very efficient. I made things very efficient, and I was very good at programming. So once I got the opportunity to basically use my skills for my own devices, this is how I got here.
Wahaha, master plan.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
So speaking of that...
No glass ceilings here.
There you go. Speaking of that, what's something you're passionate about?
I am passionate about education and freedom. So basically, a lot of people get into jobs and they get into places where they are only doing it to make money. I'm trying my best to basically create tools that allow them to stop watching and having to basically watch if their bank account is going low, and basically be able to start living, enjoying their life, enjoying their family.
That's amazing, man. Well, I know your family. We've hung out. What does Royce Wells do to relax?
Well, on any given Friday, you will probably find me and my brood of children doing something in the city of Memphis. I usually take early days on Fridays, and we go skating. We go to the main event here in town. We go literally camping in the backyard. We go do something, but most Fridays you won't catch me in the office.
That is true. That is true. Mainly, I'm in the office finishing this up.
I appreciate that.
but no, Royce is definitely a family guy. Matter of fact, in our whiteboard in the office, we have an artwork from
Oliver.
Oliver, yeah.
Big giant dinosaur. I helped him draw it, and it basically Godzilla meets a brontosaurus. I don't know.
There we go. There we go. So this is something that I ask, just kind of a funny exercise or challenging exercise, something to make you think. If you had unlimited money, what was the first thing that you would do, and why?
If I had unlimited money, an unlimited supply of money, what would I do? Probably nothing different than what I do today. I like helping people, so I'd probably still be doing that, and just probably on a much larger scale.
It's strange. I've asked this a couple of times, and pretty much it's the same. It's like, I wouldn't really do anything different, which is pretty awesome if you think about it.
Yep. Dream job.
We're wrapping it up right now, but what else do you want people to know about you that somebody might not know?
I love to sing karaoke. I'm so sorry.
This I know, and I've known for the last 15 years, sadly.
I had a band once, too, so it can't be that bad.
That's true. That's true. Well, find out more about Royce Wells and a lot of our other helpers here at Arbitrage by going to arbitragetrade.com, available 24 hours a day. Have a great holiday weekend, and we hope to see you on Monday.
Arbitrage Trade Analytics, LLC, is a privately held market research company. Arbitrage Trade Analytics, LLC, is solely responsible for the preparation and distribution of the content of this podcast. The opinions offered in this podcast are for informational purposes only and are not intended to be investment advice. Seek a duly licensed professional for investment advice. For more information about the informational research and services offered by Arbitrage Trade Analytics, LLC, please visit arbitrage